The Trailblazers update, otherwise known as the colonization update, has brought a whole lot of new changes to the game. For example, it introduced player-owned star systems, it introduced way more ways to make money, and it also kind of messed with the rank grind system. However, in today's video, we will go over how you can navigate these changes and do the rank grind as if nothing ever happened. Before we get started with the video, however, I would like to ask you for one quick little favor. If you're not subscribed, please be sure to subscribe down below, and at the end of the video, if you do like this video, please leave a like, but I will remind you of that after. So, speaking of this video, let's get started with it. So before we start the actual rank grind, let's start with the ships that I recommend for you to use throughout your journey. The first of these ships is the Cobra Mark V. It is an absolutely inexpensive all-rounder ship, which means you can fight with it, you can transport with it, but for the rank grind, we're only going to use its transport capabilities. The second ship that I recommend is the relatively inexpensive Diamondback Explorer. It is a fantastic and very famous exploration ship with some cargo space, so you will be just fine using this for your rank grind. The third and final ship that I recommend for you to use is the Mandalay. It is probably the best exploration ship out there, and it has some cargo space, so if you take some cargo missions, this should be just fine. It is a little bit more expensive, but I think it is well worth it. Okay, so first let's take a look at arguably one of the coolest looking and best performing combat ships, the Federal Corvette. Now, to even be able to buy this ship, you need to reach Rear Admiral with the Federation. Unfortunately, the Federation rank grind is a little bit more time consuming than the Imperial one, but in the end, you're gonna have the best combat ship in the game. So to begin with, you're gonna wanna go to one of two places. It doesn't matter where you go to, they all give the same amount of missions, and you will be fine in either one of them. The first one of these two is Ceos, and the second one is Sothis. So in these systems, there are specific stations you need to go to. In Ceos, it's New Dawn Station, and in Sothis, it's Sothis Mining. The reason behind these specific systems is very simple. Ceos as well as Sothis have a high concentration of Federation-aligned factions, so it's not going to be hard to find Federation missions. Now, the strategy is the exact same as before. You're going to want to go with missions that give you a high amount of reputation gain, which is the star within a star icon, and most of these are going to be internal report deliveries. You will find some cargo missions. You can also take those. Just keep in mind that your ship has a limited cargo space and choose missions that fit that only. If you do take internal report deliveries, you can stack them if they go to the same system. After you've chosen your missions, you're going to deliver these, and you're going to do this back and forth until you reach Rear Admiral. Now, if you have a lot of money, you can also do donation missions. This is basically just you going to a station that has the required item or the wanted item, and you return with that item and the amount to the station that you found the donation mission in. And you choose the reputation instead of the financial reward. Now, throughout your journeys, you will also notice that there are missions with 400 to 500 light year jump ranges. You can choose these if you have an engineered ship or you have a fuel scoop, but just keep in mind that these will take a long time, but the reputation gain is worth it. So that's basically it for Federation. Let's move on to the Imperial side. And on this side, we have the Imperial Cutter, which is the hallmark of the Empire's technology. This is currently the best cargo ship that you can get, so it's basically a glorified cargo ship, but that shouldn't fool you. This is still extremely beautiful, in my opinion at least. Now, to get this, you need to be a Duke with the Empire, and here's how you can do that. Now, the process is pretty much the same as with the Federation. There are two systems that I would recommend for you to go to. First one is Igal, and the second one is Nehet. Within these systems, in Igal, you need to go to Hirayama Terminal, and in Nehet, you need to go to Tomita Port. Again, what you need to do is select the Imperial faction and do these data courier or transport missions for them. You can also do donation missions, but again, that is if you have a lot of money, or not a lot, but you have enough money to spare to be able to do these missions. And keep in mind, this is going to be a lot of missions. Since on average, the Imperial rank grind will take you less time than the Federation one, I can also recommend for you to take longer missions, like the ones I outlined in the Federation one, the 400 to 500 light year jump ranges, and do them more often because it's not going to take as much time. Sure, it's still going to take a lot of time, but it's not going to take as much as with the Federation. Now that I mentioned both sides, let's talk about some good to knows and some tips that I have for you. So the first very important tip that you most likely heard about is relogging or super cruise hopping can refresh mission boards. This is entirely false, and the mission boards are on a 10-minute interval, so just wait those out if you really want to switch up the mission board. Do not relog or do not go into super cruise and come back, because that is just going to waste your time. You are most likely better off going to a different station and checking the mission board there. The thing that I'm about to say is just good to know. It's not really a tip. The systems that I outlined are just based on my research and my experience, experience, but you do not have to visit these specific systems. You can go to systems that have Federation or Imperial as the main faction, and you're most likely going to get the same exact thing. If you really want to, you can do your own research, and you can go to the systems that are closer to you and the systems that you like more. I know that colonization has been a blessing and or a curse overall, but because of it, there are so many new systems that you can visit and that you can go to do this grind, because they enable you to pick from more stations and from more systems than before. Tip number 2 is something that I outlined previously in this video, and that is stacking missions or taking multiple missions that go to the same system. Keep in mind that just because they go to the same system, they're not going to go to the same station. But because you're in the same system, unless they're like tens of thousands of light seconds apart, it's going to be worth it to take multiple missions to the same system. Tip number 3 is to choose a versatile ship and outfit it as you need. The fuel scoop is extremely important if you want to go on long-range missions. I outlined 3 ships earlier in this video. You don't have to choose those, you can choose one that fits your liking better, but just keep in mind to properly outfit your ship and choose a versatile ship with cargo space just in case you want to take those cargo missions. If you watched my most recent TikTok video or YouTube short, you will know that empty cargo space will not slow you down, so you can outfit your ship with empty cargo racks just in case you want to take those missions. And then last but not least, tip number 4, and maybe the most important tip of them all, do not try to do this in one sitting because you will burn out. Spread the grind out evenly over however much time you have and take it easy, take it slow. There are so many other things in this game that you can do in the meantime, so please don't rush anything. But yeah, I hope you learned a lot of new things. I sure as hell did with the amount of research that I put into this video. For example, I know that you don't need to go back and forth from system to system because you can go from one system to the other, and you don't necessarily have to do that jump over and over again. You can go to other systems and other stations, and this just makes the game more diverse and much more fun, in my opinion at least. So yeah, I know that the other guide has kind of been deprecated. I'll still leave that up just in case you want to, I don't know, take it as a reference. But this should be the updated guide for 2025 and basically post-colonization, hopefully, unless we get another massive game-changing update. But yeah, with that, I would like to thank you guys for watching this video. It has been a pleasure to make, and I'm so sorry for not uploading it earlier. But yeah, if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you really liked the video and you want to support the channel, please subscribe down below and become a part of the channel today. You can also find my Discord group in the description down below if you want to join that as well. But yeah, with that, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.